wondering if the chat will work. I hope it does. Can anyone present go ahead and press the letter T? I want to see something. Hello. Okay, so that shows up. Good. But does it show up on the other one? Yeah, it works, I guess. Okay. We might be in business. I know I'm starting this live a little earlier, but I wanted to give people a minute to roll in, especially while I'm performing tests and trying to learn the great thing that is the internet. I have learned new skills today, and those skills include adding multi-chat, a chat overlay, streaming to 2 platforms again. I had to relearn that skill, and streaming is not for the weak. It is for the people who learn things. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Be safe at work and stuff. And I'll try to make your workday a little less boring. But thank you for lurking. It probably helps a lot more than I think. A lot more than any of us think. Alright, 15 minutes away, so I guess this is the part where I start posting to my socials and be like, hey guys, I'm going live soon. Haha, JK, I'm still live. Or I'm already live. I don't know. Oh, hey, that's good. Halfway through the workday, that's a blessing. Gotta find my cellular device. Oh, hey, it's there. %, should get me through the day. Alright. I guess I don't know what to do. How should I promote this on my socials? I'm trying to do all new territory things here because if I'm going to be a writer and a public speaker and whatever the heck online I am, podcaster included, maybe gamer, I guess, I should learn how these things work. The modern era of communicating and digital community creating. This is the digital Quill after all. Oh, and I don't want to display my double chin while I social media, so goodbye. That's true, but I don't know if I want to, I mean, I am a gamer, but I don't know if I want to make it like something that ends up becoming one of my online income streams. Like if I somehow game enough that I become a Twitch affiliate, I don't know what that is yet. I hear a lot of people talk about that, and I have a good idea because internet, but I don't know. All I know is that it makes money, I guess, and I'm like, but I just like gaming. I don't need to make money for gaming. I don't need to make money at all, but to live in the world, yes I do. Maybe that's something I work on. Changing my mindset and language around money, but at the same time, I don't want to. My values around it are not like it's a tool. It just pays the bills, which are also kind of weird, but bills are needed. Ah, can you be both of them at the same time? A YouTube affiliate version and the YouTube partner, or like Twitch, whatever those are? I shouldn't be worried about my double chin because I display my double chin a lot, but right now I don't care. I'm doing it my way. Oh, hey. It says live. Okay, cool. So grab that link and then I see. Interesting. Well, I have some things to learn, and without failure, and also mistakes, I won't learn things. Therefore, I won't be able to teach people, so I must make mistakes. Ugh, making mistakes hurts. But sometimes it's helpful. Oh god. That's one of my favorite and least favorite at the same time existential crisis that I have, because it's like no one wants to make mistakes, but that's where you yield the best results is making mistakes, because that's just how the human brain is wired, unfortunately. But I don't want to make mistake. I just want to know thing and do the thing I know. That's not true. I actually do want to make mistakes, but can I choose the mistakes I make? But that's not learning. That's being in your comfort zone. Me talking to myself whenever I come up with these questions. That's why I podcast. Dang. That's actually a really good quote. Mistakes are valuable lessons often learned too late. So does that mean you can have a lesson without making mistakes? Can you live a life without making mistakes ever? Can that be a goal I try to go for? No. Let's be realistic. But the idea... See? Existential crisis. Yeah, that's true. I've been rewatching and trying to get through Star Trek: The Next Generation. I love Picard. But anyway, they don't really make a lot of mistakes. I mean, yes, they do, but like if you think about it, if it wasn't for the fact that they needed story-driven plot with scary boom booms, then, you know, mistakes. And also most of that is sometimes Wesley's fault, let's be honest. But I like Wesley. He's an interesting kid. I wish they gave him more like show time afterward, because wasn't he supposed to be a captain at some point? But anyway, I'm not far enough through the next gen, but technically they don't really make a lot of mistakes in the year century 2100, because like actually no, when does Star Trek take place? It's not the 21st century, is it? Oh nope, I'm messing up my timelines. There I go, confusing myself again. I'm somewhat of a time and Star Trek nerd. Somewhat. I'm kind of wondering. Okay. I'm the only viewer, maybe, potentially. I want to know if the Twitch chat feed will work on this plugin thingy. And I kind of like how... Yeah, so that's cool. Wow. A lot of lessons here. I kind of wish I brought my notepad so I could jot down some notes and stuff, but hopefully just by doing it, it solidifies it in my brain a little bit. And then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it one more time. And then maybe I'll remember it and be able to do it like it's second memory. No promises on that one, though. Let's see. I'm actually kind of energized right now because, I mean, it's not just the energy drink, but like, it's more of like, I learned some new things on my own, and now I'm happy. I did not need anyone's supervision, not a friend or a foe. I just needed myself. And that, my friends, is really cool to me because as much as I scream that I would like to do things more often with other people, I also scream in the same breath that I want my independence. Can both things be true at the same time? Let's find out. Wait, universe chronological order? So, like, the order of which it took place in the universe that it happened in? Because if that's how you organize stuff, that is really cool. Nice. And that might unlock a new organization method for me. I like organizing things. It is sometimes a compulsive habit, because if I am stressed up in here, I will organize out in here. And that sometimes helps up in here. I wanted to do a podcast episode one day about insomnia, but I didn't, and then I did guest episodes, and those were great. I enjoy speaking with people. However, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Interesting. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Interesting. Very interesting. So correct me if I'm wrong. But you also organize your library based on, like, in-universe chronological order. So, like, say the order of which it happened in their world, but in our world as well. So, like, you have something from, say, 800 AD on the left side of your shelf, and on the far right of your shelf, you have the Star Trek stuff. Or, like, top and bottom. I don't know. It kind of depends on how, like, wide or tall your shelves are. How does your mind work? Because that sounds neat. What the heck? Who would have thought that was a method you could use? That's awesome. Give yourself some kudos. I also need to get a new shelf. I had to start stacking my books sideways, and I don't like doing that. I prefer them all being book length way, not sideways, which kind of works in a way because that's how you would read the titles. Maybe I changed my mindset on how that works. Nice. That's really cool. There are some neat humans in the world. I'm glad I do this show. I assumed there were neat humans. I've met neat humans. I don't stop meeting neat humans. Can I say that 10 times fast? I don't stop meeting neat. Why does that trip me up? Meeting neat. Oh, okay. It's a transition from to neat. Okay. Meet. Okay. Yep, got it. Speech is weird. I've been thinking of trying to do a setup. Not like this one that I have, because this is technically not my area. But I wanted to do a setup where I have my bookshelves and like stuff behind me. I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet, because that might require me getting a whole new mic. My own mic. That would be my own mic, actually, if I got my own. Tabletop mic? Possibly. One that is just USB. And then maybe another USB. I have to think of a new setup that makes this a little bit more universal or versatile, so I can like travel with it and also take it to my office, work, living room, house space. Something that is fully mine and nobody else's. Not that I mind. I like sharing spaces, but at the same time, it's like I like my space too. But yes. Are you in my Discord server? Do you have your own Discord server? Does it tell people when they go live, or will you go live? I use my laptop, a little tiny 1080p Logicam. This microphone that's attached to a soundboard, not quite sure how it all works yet. Podcast time. Podcast time. No. I technically own a mini library. Okay. DM me from the TikToks your Discord stuff, and I will join. Or I don't know what else makes that easier. Thank you. I was like, I know I'm doing a scheduled live today, and I'm like, I have to do a little bit of makeup and earring stuff. Aw, thank you, Fia. Perfect. Sounds good. How are you doing today? Yes. Yes, I am. I do not have a regular PC, just a laptop. That's good. I am, well, tired, but well. Hello again. I will have to follow you back. Also, for the podcast vibes, what do you want to know? Ask anything. This is technically why I'm doing this live. It is technically a podcast episode, but it's a live episode. don't know how this part of my episode works. I am from the desert. I hate it here, but there's good people. What's it like in the Big Apple? I think it's called the Big Apple, isn't it? But yes, ask any and all questions, everyone. I'm starting to receive let's see. It depends on the episode and the day. Sometimes it's a stream of consciousness, sometimes it's based like off of certain topics or research that I've done and want to share with people. Sometimes it's guests and other creatives, sometimes it's just conversation based, so personal stories, vlog, entertainment, definitely a little bit of entertainment, at least I try. A random bucket of things. You never know what you're gonna quite get. It's like a mystery box. There's all kinds. I need to set up a playlist of sorts where I can like have different topics or stuff set up so it's easier for accessibility and things for people who may not like stream of consciousnesses or I guess that kind of thing. Recovering from burnout. I don't know. I think the one thing that I try to focus on when burnt out, because I'm technically still burnt out, I just don't want to go too long without doing these things. But I try to focus more of my attention and energy on myself and less of like my projects or the people around me, as mean as that sounds. But like if I'm burnt out, I can't exactly be kind and loving and open. I'm like crabby, closed off and cranky and tired and cold, like cold, closed off. But let's see. So like when they say self-love, they say stuff like baths and candles and stuff like that, but it's more of like a lot more than that. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I will give you a follow back and after the stream. Done is take a break method. Yeah, the taking a break method works. You have a co-host? Star Wars podcast. Wait a second. Did I know that you had a podcast? The games I mostly play here, so Minecraft for sure. Recently did Animal Crossing, did everything. We'll have to exchange information on that, and then maybe exchange information on that one so that I can start paying attention to that. Other games, I'm going to be doing Moonstone Island in the future and Roots of Pacha. And then Probably Goat Simulator. Yes, check on the links in my bio and stuff for Discord. I will message you there as well. Me as Sophia. Cozy games and weird games, indie games, games that you might not see streamed or advertised very often. I have a big library. I am proud of said library, but it is big. I have so much hair now, and I talk about it a lot because I did not always have so much hair. It's taken 7 years to grow out this long. But yes, cozy games for sure. I've heard Baldur's Gate is pretty popular. I feel like I need to play it. Do RPGs count as Final Fantasy and stuff like that? If I had access to my PlayStation stuff, I would probably be playing more open world survival based games, because the Switch doesn't have a lot of good ones. Unless it does, and I'm just sleeping on them. But I don't think it does. That's why I need a better PC. Wait, what's the difference between JRPG and RPG? Because I've heard there's a difference, but I'm always like, oh, it's just a regular RPG. It's not. I'm lying. But is it a graphics thing? Like a stylization? Okay. I assumed. RPGs, often Western, emphasize open-world freedom, player-driven choices, and character customization, whereas JRPGs, Japanese role-playing games, are characterized by linear, story-driven narratives, defined anime-style characters, and often turn-based combat. Interesting. Okay. So I do enjoy RPGs, but I don't have... Unless you guys can recommend me some really good RPGs on the Switch right now, I still have some money left over from Christmas I can spend it on. But, yeah, because cozy is good, and I do like the crafty, cozy games I have, but I don't feel like they're open world enough. They don't give me the Ark or the Skyrim or the... Ooh, I have been playing No Man's Sky. I haven't touched that in a while, but with the new update that they recently released on the Switch, I feel like it slowed the system and the game way down, so wanted to play it on the PC because it's better on the PC. No Man's Sky is a really good game. They need more space games. I do have Skyrim on the Switch. I had to. When I had gotten my Switch before I got the OLED, I'm really glad it got to transfer my library over, but one of the very first games I got for my birthday was Skyrim, because I'm like, oh, I've played it on literally every other system. Why not? And then they came out with Skyrim Fishing. Well, not Skyrim Fishing, but they made a new version which included fishing. And that's like the only thing that I ever said that Skyrim needed. I was like, hey, now that they added house building and homesteading, all they need now is fishing. I'd like to go fishing. Much appreciated. I'll find that afterwards. And I will accept it. Let's see. Resident Evil 5. Is Resident Evil zombie or like vampire based? Ooh. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 has that ability. Nice. Okay. That is dope. That is very useful. The fact that Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are real-time with pause mechanics means that fighting actively like in Skyrim, but you can pause it during the combat. That is cool. Okay. I barely got through Last of Us, and it's not because I was always a vampire or werewolf person, or mummy, or ghost, or ghoul, or banshee, but zombies, I guess I can understand after listening to thousands of points of views over zombies why people have a fascination with that, but zombies, why are they popular? Much appreciated, but at this time, I am not accepting any work at the moment. And I guess virus is kind of cooler in a way, but still, zombies? I mean, no hate to people who like the undead, which I guess technically werewolves and zombies, or not zombies, werewolves and vampires could be considered undead. What is your lore on that? Because I have different lores and they're spanning across many different cultures. How did we end up on zombie, werewolf, and vampire talk and lore? Oh, Resident Evil. Interesting. We're getting a family going here. We're a family up in this business. Wait. Question. Can you guys see my face on YouTube? Interesting. Good. I don't know why on my end the program says no video, but whatever. I trust things are working out well enough. So I'm trying to figure out what you mean by the understanding of zombies in film with the class and racial problems. I feel like I might understand, but I might need clarification. So, in your terms, if you please, or would please, explain it to me like I am 5, because I might be. And hopefully the fan is keeping everything cool. It is. Now I'm wondering, I guess, for the multiple output, since I have to hit stream here, can I then just hit stream and then start on YouTube? So that way oh, I remember hearing about that too. That would kind of make some sense, like art in film sense. I might have to rewatch that movie if I've actually ever seen it. Yeah, that's the other... A lot of the zombie media you can consume, it's about destroying the army attack of zombies. A lot of the vampire and werewolf media I consumed wasn't really about violence. I don't read that stuff anymore. just gonna make that clear. I don't read that stuff anymore. So, but back in the day, there was a lot. It was a whole thing. I blame the sparkly vampires. That created a trend that bloomed because there were so many, like between 2005 and like 2015, just vampire and werewolf and ghost and witch and warlock. Camellia, right? Is that the one that I'm thinking of? Yeah, I feel like that's why I have like that mental distaste towards zombie media, because it's like it's not pleasant in the sense that good things happen ever in that format. Yeah, that's right. I remember reading a lot of history about like the lore of like vampires and like the stories and like where they came, like the stories themselves came from. And Camellia, I don't have a lot of like fact knowledge, but she was the first before Dracula. I'm glad you know that. I know you're suffering, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you'll have to ask your friend, the human. I know from experience that if you sleep it off, it helps. Yeah, that is true. I have kind of noticed there's been like a change, because like once upon a time it was more like horror. Now it's horror apocalypse, or like not apocalypse, horror apocalypse. So it's like post-apocalyptic or apocalyptic horror. And it's like about how humans would survive, like fending off each other and like community building, I guess. Interesting. There's a show I'm watching, and I was recommended it, actually. I never really watched it, and it was around the same time that I was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer that it came out. But, I don't know. It's been hard securing the funds for them both on me and his end. I feel, well, both of us, we feel bad for them because it does not look fun. I haven't really been able to find a good place to take them, and that isn't an arm and a leg, you know? Apparently there are like lower cost clinics, but I don't. Most of the people I've tried to call, I'm just getting robot after robot. But anyway, what was I saying? Something... I know, sweet friend. You don't look like you look tired. You look sleepy. You should go to bed. Yes. Nap time. Sleep. Nice. I need to watch that season. I finished the other one. It took them forever to come out with this one. I need to watch this one still. Let's see. Me and my human that I live with, we've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think that's the name of the show, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Thank you. Not required. Is 2 out right now? Because it's whatever season ended up with. Yes. Although I'm not convinced Dio is a vampire. I'm not convinced, although there is the blood thing, so that probably would consider, yeah, that is a form of vampirism, technically. Whichever season in Last of Us ended with the plant scene where they... You know. If you know, you know. Nice. That's a far way into One Piece. I have not started that one. I probably should at some point. I was about to say peace. Interesting. So they deviate from the story of the game at some point? I mean, they already kind of did a few different points in the show, but it's fine. Could you not scratch the chair? Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I've seen season 2 then. Maybe I have. I don't know. Are they on season 3 now? How many seasons of One Piece are there? Shoo. I am busy. Don't scratch couch cat. How far have you gotten through JoJo Escape Reality Films? Which, do you have another name of which I can call thou? Or should I just call you by your username? Yeah, you look tired, my friend. You should really go lay down. You have food, so go get a snack and go lay down. CBD cat treats. Wonder if they will work. Wonder if they will help. No. Not up here. So there's only one season of One Piece, but there's 1100 something plus episodes. Jesus. That's crazy. No! Sweet friend, go away. Yes. Uh-huh. I did not invite you into my lap. Sleep. It's your best hope. You were literally just sleeping too. I can't help you. Don't stare at me like that. I'm not the only human in the world that speaks to the pets like they're people, right? Sometimes you can't help it. I've seen people who said that they never would in their entire lives do it. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. It's really easy. If something has eyeballs and can look at you, you might speak to it. Actually, you know what? People speak to inanimate objects too. People speak to cars. People speak to doors. I never, ever want to be told again that someone doesn't speak to their pets. Because that's a lie, and we all know it. That's a lie. I don't speak to my pets or inanimate objects. I just never speak to anything. Like this conversation, I don't speak. Nope, I do it on a daily basis, all day, every day. I think it started with speaking to stuffed animals. Or maybe it started with the family pets. I don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm still in like Animal Crossing brain. So when you said CJ, I was thinking CJ the fish person who's part of the fishing tourney. Does that make sense? Is that the character? I think it's the character. I'm sorry if you don't like that character. But CJ is an awesome name. At least you're quieter than you normally are. So that's good. Yes. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. I see. I don't know which one Diamonds Are Forever or something. Diamonds Unbreakable. But that's the one that I'm on. So I won't say anything about the show because I don't want to give you any spoilers on accident. No more Jotaro speak. We will only speak. Okay, so I'm just one ahead, I think. I might have fallen asleep after last night's episode. Oh no. Which means I don't remember it. Or do I? I might have to watch the recap. Oh! Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That show. I started Veronica Mars. And it is interesting. I see why people liked it back in the day. But I'm a Buffy the Vampire Slayer person over Veronica Mars. And that's mostly probably because of the action. The kick-assery. My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, Bleach 1000-Year Blood War, My Happy Marriage. What's it called? God, what is that name? What is the name of the anime I like? There was one about the ex-mafia or like gang member who becomes like this shop owner. It's on Netflix. I can't remember the name at the moment, and it's driving me insane. There's like these other people, like an assassin, I think. Jonathan is my favorite, but Jotaro is cool other than its introduction to being mean. Yeah. Much appreciated. It's on the tip of my brain. I literally... It's gonna drive me insane because that anime is really freaking good. And if it ever ends, I will be sad. Dr. Stone is really good too. Seven Seeds. The Promised Neverland, I think. Erased was really good. And I've seen a lot of different animes for not really being an anime nerd per se. Because I like trying to find the super obscure ones that no one has probably heard of. I'm not a mainstream person. Even though I've seen mainstream stuff, that's usually like way after people have stopped talking about it. Because if people are talking about it, I understand that it's, it's how you make friends, Mars. Yeah, I get that. But I like making friends in other ways that don't just involve interests. That are like about shows and media. Like, if there were no shows and no media, how would we spend our time? Ooh, Black Butler I saw a little bit of, I think, back in like a while ago. Because isn't that like a slightly older anime? Like 2010s? What animes has everyone here seen? Most mainstream to something no one's ever heard of. Longest title, shortest title. Oh, for sure. I mean, theater is still a thing. And even if there are no screens. On guard. You there, matey. Let us steer this ship right into the shore. Avast. Ye hearties. I need to work on my accents. I love it when old shows do new episodes. Bleach is like one of the older animes that we finished just so we could start watching 1,000 Year Blood War, which I have to admit was good, but I'm an OG Bleach fan. I will definitely give somebody a wig made out of seaweed if there are no wigs available, and you can become the Sea Witch. Similarly to the live stream, I'm only going to go about an hour today for the episode. As much as I will want to stay here and chat for another 400 years, I have regular people stuff to do too. And it will not get done if I am sitting on my bum. Twisted Wonderland? Is that any good? I remember seeing trailers for that. It looked really good, and the Alice in Wonderland person inside of my brain was like, yes, more Alice in content. One I should probably rewatch is Vampire Night. Only because that one has been one I've restarted 3 times back when I first got into anime like 10 or 15 years ago. And I never got past episode 2. Same with Wolf's Rain. Wolf's Rain was a weird one. I don't know if I could get into that one now. I wish mangas came in like color, like graphic novels. These aren't mine, but I appreciate graphic novels. I appreciate manga too, but like color. My brain can't fill in the color. If I read in black and white, it will only produce black and white images. I mean, it can, but like, when I'm reading, I don't want to do extra work like colorization. Well, join some lives, because I might be doing these more in the future. Support your friends. Do you also do the live thing? I suppose I could try giving like black and white reading a chance again. Because like there's nothing stopping me other than preference. Which at the end of the day, come on. Preferences. Art is art. Do it agree. But yes, thank you for joining the live. And thank you for saying your comments. Much appreciated. Let's see here. Check out here. Warning, the stream's current bite rate is lower than recommended. I don't know how to fix that. So don't scream at me about that. I don't even know what a bite rate is. I think I do, but I'm not well versed. Bite rate. I'm assuming the rate at which the information is transferred over, but I could be off. Question for the future when I do these kind of podcast episodes. Should I have like a list of questions and answers ready to go? Should I have subjects? Can we just vibe and chill? Take us where the wind goes? I don't know. That's fair. That is fair. We're putting that on a t-shirt. Does anyone... wait, hold on. I will have to do some, I guess, soul searching. Not really soul searching, but some prep work. Pre-prep work. I kind of like the natural flow too, because one day we might have a chatter or like a second streamer or something who's like, I don't know, just blowing the chat up with like bombs of GIFs. I don't know. Can you guys actually send GIFs in the chat? Is that possible? I don't know how this works yet. Can images be sent into the chat? If GIFs could be, then technically maybe images could be too. Or is it only emojis? And at some point we might have to get some fancy emojis. And if multiple chat streams can see each other, the rivalry of the platforms. No. Maybe. Ways to make entertaining, plus fun, plus educational. So, like, by gift, I mean, like, the moving image. You know, like from Tenor or Giphy? Jiffy? Giphy? Giphy Jiffy. I don't really want gifts. People are probably going to give them anyway, and I'm going to be shy about it, much like I am on TikTok. Yes, those. GIFs. GIFs. You are from the YouTubes, so maybe not. But maybe the Twitch side. I don't know. I'm not a social media expert. I just sometimes know things, and sometimes the things I don't know end up working out. And sometimes I'm giving myself a pep talk. And sometimes the things I don't know don't work out, and that's okay, because, hey, a lesson learned today. Is the gifting thing in Twitch and like YouTube also like the TikTok gifts, or is it completely different? We're doing the sounds thing for sure. I've been told about the sounds thing, and I want the sounds thing because entertainment. And I can even find out a way to like make it a community thing, where communities, maybe like the community or people wanting, I don't know, create your own sounds and send them in. Actually, hold on. Jotting down some ideas for future use. We could probably do movie watch along at some point, because we have the Discord. Hold on. How would we do that? Well, good. Maybe YouTube will be the main platform, because shyness. Interesting. There are so many options in this sphere. And we are at 1 hour and 5 minutes. So this is our 5-minute timer. At some point, I need to figure out a plugin that will pop up with a timer, but we're not there yet. I barely figured out how to get the chat overlay so you guys can see each other. That was a skill I learned today, 10 minutes before starting this. I'm proud of myself. Awesome. Is it the same username on TikTok? Man. What else do I have to do today besides all the stuff I have to do today? Duly noted. I will be sure to look out for your information today. Get that set up so I don't forget. Actually, why the hell is my timer on? That's really weird, phone. That's really weird. Phone restarted and the timer was on because that's normal. You have a lot going on. That is perfectly understandable. Perfect. I found it. I will add you. Let's see. Get me the copy thingy going on. There. Into the Discord. I need to better organize my apps. Add friends. And by username. I love how Discord on my phone is glitched. Anytime I send out a friend request, the text that comes up that says friend request sent vibrates, so you can't see it. You just know what it says from prior experience. Good. I will send you over the server link to my server unless you can find it, but probably not. I'll just send you the invite link, send me yours, and 2-minute warning. Say anything and everything you need to say, and then we will be gone for the day. But we will be back, probably next Wednesday for a live episode, because I think that's what I want to try to do. At least one live episode a month. Probably on Wednesdays, because why not? Middle of the week, woo, hump day, yeah. But, yeah. I kind of want to try to do one live podcast a month at least, and then as many episodes, whether with guests or by myself as possible. Preferably with other guests. Preferably. Because I soloed a lot of it in the first year-ish that we had the podcast going. Yes. Have I commented on it yet? I have not, have I? Oh God. I will comment. Text, right? You sent it in text? Text? Yes. It's a very pretty drawing, by the way. I'm interested to see it colorized, because I think I've only seen the line work. I don't think I've seen you do the color part yet. It's at 1:10. I'll give it a few minutes. If the 10:22. Ooh, it's lunchtime. Does that mean I should eat a food or wait until supper? If I wait until supper, I won't have to eat by self. If I eat by self, I can watch a TV show. I could just watch a TV show while I'm cleaning, but then I'm not really engaged because I'm cleaning, and it's just background noise at that point. I don't know. Thinking out loud. I posted an updated picture. Oh, I will look for it. Oh, sort of date, not a date. Spill the tea. I like tea, and I like it when it's spilled. I hope the date goes well. I love that. Sorry, I'm such a tea person. When people are like, I have this thing going on, I'm like, oh? Tell me more, tell me more. Pretty please. Also, love stories. I'm a sucker for those. If someone has like a past love story or a current love story or like a love story in general, share. And share it multiple times. So I can remember it and then tell it forever after you are long gone. No, I'm kidding. That's morbid, Mars. That's very morbid. A blooming friendship. Blooming neighborhoodship. Because if you live nearby from each other or are nearby from each other, kind of, sort of, then like technically you are neighbors. Technically. Neighboring countries. No, I'm kidding. Neighboring people. So best of luck. At least a new friend. And the world needs more of those, for sure. Plus, if you make one friend, you make more friends. I learned that a while ago. Once I realized that I could meet the friends of my friends of my friends, I was like, oh, wait a minute, what's happening here? There's more people I know now than I used to know. Some friendly advice. Go in with the intention of friendship only. For now. Just put that energy out there into the world. Be like, I really want this as a friend at least. And then maybe, like after like a 30 to 60 day grace period, you can start asking the universe for more. I don't know, but caution with the wind. Okay. You said the words perfectly. Thank you. Sometimes when people say they aren't ready for dating, they might not actually be ready, but at the same time, like, just in my own experience, relationships can kind of happen out of nowhere sometimes. It's weird. I don't understand humans. What are we? Other than we need to speak more than we do. And learn to speak better than we do. Which is another reason why I started the freaking podcast, because I'm like, I don't speak so well. People say I do, but no, I don't. No, I don't. Not yet. Give me... like... 15 years? Some tea can be shared off live, and that's okay. We have Discord now. But anyway, guys and gals and peoples and creatures and beings of the planet Earth and the digital sphere, it is time that I depart. That's the word. I was looking for the depart. Depart like a boat, because captain of ship, salute, goodbye. Thank you. I will try. You as well. Technically, it is not afternoon for me yet. Thankfully, I have not wasted the day with my thoughts. Instead, I have shared. Is this considered sharing? Why can't I speak English word? Why was it so hard to say depart? Was I thinking of the word debunk and then trying to add it to depart? Interesting. Very interesting. Bye, everybody. I go now.